And for a response from the Menendez family, I want to bring in Anamaria Baralt. She's the cousin of Erik and Lyle Menendez and a longtime advocate for the release from prison. She's also been a guest here on Top Story before. Anamaria, we thank you for joining us tonight. I know you just heard the DA there. You heard our conversation here. What is your response to him?
I guess the first thing that I want to say is that First thing I want to say is thank you for having me. Second thing I want to say is, having watched his press conference earlier, where he was asked, he said that he didn't want Erik and Lyle because they were going to be a danger to society. The idea that the streets of Los Angeles are safer tonight because Erik and Lyle Menendez are behind bars is pure fiction. Second, he really dismisses a lot of They have apologized, they have shown remorse, they have taken full accountability to the public, certainly to everyone in our family. That is also pure fiction. So I don't know that him putting out a list of, essentially he wants them to agree to that his truth, not their truth, not the truth, but his truth, in order for him to support their resentencing, and that is ridiculous.
Do you see the brothers, though? They've been in prison for more than 30 years. Do you see them, though, looking at this offer, if you will, and essentially apologizing for whatever the DA wants them to apologize for, apologizing for those lies that they allegedly told investigators, that they told the police in the lead up to the trial and during the trial? Do you think Erik and Lyle will do that to get themselves out of prison?
I can't imagine that they are going to sacrifice their integrity and their character now in order to provide
even though they seem to be very close to possibly be getting released from prison?
Well, I'd like to remind everybody that it is not up to the district attorney. It is up to a judge. And we have every reason to believe that this is a very fair judge who is going to look at their records post-conviction. And that's also a pretty interesting thing that I'd like to point out, is that when we met with the original resentencing team from the past district attorney's administration, they were very clear with us that resentencing is about life post-conviction. It is about the records post-conviction. It is about what they have done with their lives since conviction. It is not a relitigation of the trial. It is not a relitigation of the events that led up to the trial. So I don't know whether the district attorney doesn't understand that. I don't know if there's a miscommunication about resentencing and what the law provides for in the state of California, but that is a surprise to me.
Do you have any idea how Erik and Lyle have taken the news and the new DA's sort of his pathway, his offer, and his decision?
I haven't had a chance to speak with them today, so I'll be interested to hear their opinion.
We've been talking about sort of the micro issues and the things that affect your cousins and your family. I'd like to go macro for a second now. If you're sort of looking at this from a political perspective, right, the country is changing when it comes to politics. Every single state, even your governor, people are saying that he is changing a little bit. Do you have faith in Governor Gavin Newsom that he will honor maybe his history? I know he hasn't given you his word. I know they're reviewing the case right now. But are you concerned if he is thinking about a possible run for the presidency? He does not want to have maybe on the slate out there. He was the governor who released Erik and Lyle Menendez from prison after they had shot their mother and father with a shotgun.
Sure, I am afraid of that. I'm always afraid when a new politician comes into play. We've been used by politicians for decades as a tool. I have great faith in this governor, though, and I think that it was a pretty courageous thing for him to go ahead and initiate the risk assessment, and I'm grateful that he did that. I know that the parole board is not a political arm in California, so I have great faith in them as well as we conduct this risk assessment, and that they get to learn all of the events of remorse that Lyle and Erik have exhibited.
This crime happened in 1989. It's now 2025. Do you think you're going to see your cousins as free men this year?
I really hope so. I really hope so. The world will be a better place with them doing the work that they have started while they've been in prison. They are great advocates for survivors of sexual abuse and childhood trauma. They have a lot to offer this world, and I really hope that they get a chance.
Anamaria Baralt, a close cousin of Erik and Lyle Menendez, we thank you for joining Top Story tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.